Hello and welcome back to another video, and in today's video we will be drawing a sword and a stone. Why? I don't know, I just kind of wanted to do it, but that's what we'll be drawing today. Now I am going to try to somewhat rush this drawing, but not too much, just simply because it's already late and I should already be asleep. So I will be rushing this drawing just a little bit, but I'm still going to be making sure that I put detail into it because, well, I want to. Alright, so right now we're just sketching the bottom of the rock. I do have some reference pictures up here, but I'm kind of drawing the rock how I want to. The references are mainly for the sword. And that's mainly because of, I just feel like the rock from a sword in the stone would be a certain way. And I just wanted to make sure I got that certain way how I actually wanted it to look. That's really about it. Now the certain way I wanted it to look was I wanted it to be kind of skinny around the stone, kind of skinny around the stone, and the reason I want that, or the sword, sorry, my bad. The reason I want it to be kind of skinny around the sword is because I feel if there was a sword and a stone and people can't pull it out, one of the first things they're going to try to do is to break the stone. But obviously to hold the sword in place, the stone around the sword would have to be pretty strong. So you'd be able to break the stones on the outside, but the stones on the inside wouldn't break. Or at least that's what I would think. So that's what we're doing. It's going to be a kind of skinny-ish rock. It's not going to be super skinny, but it's going to be more like taller jaggedness, if you know what I mean, than like big and wide like I've seen some swords in the stones. Now, I don't actually really know pretty much anything about the sword in the stone. I'm pretty sure it's like a legend. I know only like one person can lift the sword in the stone, but that's all I really know about it. I know it's in a lot of animes. I don't exactly know how I'm feeling about this rock. It's not looking terrible, but it's not looking the best. It's definitely not terrible. Definitely not the best. Pretty much this whole back area can be dashed out. I'm like looking at the stone and kind of making some guesses with where I would want some lines to go. Just trying to add some lines, but not too many, because you don't want to add too many lines, because then it ends up looking too busy, but if you don't add enough, then it'll look bad. That's gonna need to stretch like all the way to the top. I did make this a little too tall, but that's fine. We'll go ahead and just sort of shorten it a little bit right there. Oh, actually, no, wait, this doesn't even reach up there anyway, so that's okay. Or, well, it's not going to, because this is like a lip part, is what I'm trying to say. we're going to want to raise the, oops, didn't mean to make it move out like that. Alright, now that's going to go in a little bit and then out, have some sharp corners because of I can. Then go like that. Okay. Then we're gonna want some more stone right here. Stone right here. Stone right here. Let's go ahead and draw the stone part that's going to be on the sword. Alright, then we'll draw the sword right here. From right there to right there. And I'll try to keep these lines as straight as I can, but can't guarantee they'll be incredibly straight. Now I'll try to add a curve in it for, I honestly don't know. Actually, no, this is to make the blade lighter. I'm pretty sure they had a little dip in it so that the blade can be lighter but still like have a good size. At least I think so. I can't say that with like 100% certainty, but I'm pretty sure that's the reason they do that. I do know a decent amount about swords, but not like enough to call myself an expert or anything. I just really like swords. That's why in the story I'm writing, the main character's gonna use a sword. Except for that's not actually entirely true. I haven't actually decided. I made the main character, but absolutely none of his fighting style or anything has been decided. But then, like, all the side characters have, like, completely decided, like, weapons, powers, and, backstories and relations with the other characters. Meanwhile, the main character is just completely unwritten besides some little bits of his personality. I guess I haven't wrote the villain of the story either, but I'm not entirely sure if there's even gonna be a villain. There's gonna be bad, but I don't know if there's gonna be a specific, like, ooh, he's the bad guy. Because, like, I understand why stories do that, and I do like it when stories do that, but, like, with the story that I'm writing, I'm not entirely sure if it would make sense to have, like, oh, this one big guy, he's the reason all the bad stuff happens and stuff. That just wouldn't make sense. Because, well, it's not really likely one guy would be able to make all of those encounters happen. All the encounters that I have, like, 2 written of. I have very few ideas for, like, what actually happens in this story actually written down. Most of it's just in my head. Alright, that is okay. Is it perfect? No. Is it terrible? No. Could I make it better? I mean, probably. I just don't exactly... I'm not exactly a sword drawing expert. Oh, whatever. Okay, let's put the handle on now. Alright, get that that connection in. Turn back on. I need the reference now. I'm looking at the swords. Alright. Alright. Alright, that's kind of tilted, but I think that's fine. We're going to connect that, add a little bit here, connect it, and then we should add a circle on the end. This is kind of a big circle on the end, and usually I don't do circles. Usually I do like the weird like diamond shape, but that's just because I personally like that weird shape better for like drawing it. It's like a microphone. Alright, try to make it 3D. I don't know if it'll work. Kinda, but I feel like that topper, or I guess bottomer, because that's the bottom of the sword, just kind of looks a little like it doesn't really need to be there. Alright. I actually really like how this is looking. Is it perfect? No, not really, but it's pretty good. Now, I did forget to draw the other bits on the rock, but that's fine. I can draw those now. Try to add a little more shading onto the shading areas, because well, it kind of got rubbed away by my hand. I don't really like that, but I think that's fine. Alright, there's my sword in the stone. I think it's actually pretty good. I do actually like it. It's just a sword in a stone, but it looks good. Alright. And the final touches. There we go. There's our sword in a stone. Bye. Have a wonderful day.